What is going on YouTube? Hayden here, and in today's episode, we are going to be looking at XRP as well as Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, VONG, which is the Russell 1000, and the S&P 500. Guys, yesterday we ended the episode talking about some very crazy kind of news moving forward within most of the markets here. We actually said to get in early as there's a good chance XRP could be on its break or way out for the next breakout, which we were all kind of anticipating and expecting here. Reason being is because we have this massive, some monumental like flagpole up and kind of symmetrical triangle filling in this gap as we head downwards here. And you can see we've officially confirmed breakout above major downtrend here. This is huge. Now, it's interesting because we might be able to extend it like this. If you look at like the 4-hour charts here, you can see how for the most part now, you can see when I extend it out, like we do have 1, 2, possibly 3 points of confirmation. Hard to believe that that is as accurate because when you jump to the daily, we don't really account for the wicks. More so we just use kind of the top resistances here, like the actual candles itself, and that shows that we've officially confirmed closure above major resistance here. But we'll talk about it more later on in today's episode here because, even though we're getting stopped out right at this white band, which we said was a resistance, we could start to consolidate and break out later on because this is big news. Now, aside from XRP, we're going to look at Solana's ascending fractal, Ethereum's descending fractal, Bitcoin's breakout here, VONG, and the S&P's kind of, we discover this kind of ascending fractal to the upside here, this higher low, higher high pattern. So we'll see if that takes shape, if that continues. I don't know, but I want to give a huge shout out to UNITED.NETWORK for sponsoring today's episode, Next Gen Hardware Wallet. More info about them right after this, but definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe. Let's get right into it. Now, before we go any further, today's episode is sponsored by UNITED.NETWORK, and they've built something that I honestly think solves one of the biggest headaches in cryptocurrency. If you've ever struggled with cold wallets before, too complicated, too clunky, too intimidating, well, I found a solution. And no, this is not a banking card. You're not swiping this at the grocery store or pulling cash from an ATM. This is a multi-chain, non-custodial NFC hardware wallet in the form of a card. It's designed to make self-custody as simple and intuitive as tapping a card. Now, if that sounds complicated, let me put it simply. This card is your way to keep your crypto safe, secure, and under your control. And here's how it works. You just tap the card to access their web application. No installs required. And if you prefer, they also have an iOS and Android app available. From there, everything is seamless. With a single tap, you can log in, send crypto, receive crypto, even do a cross-chain swap. And here's the best part. Your private keys never leave the card. That means your seed phrase, your wallet addresses, and your transactions are all secured directly on the chip inside the card. Remember, not your keys, not your coins. And this is why I always say you shouldn't leave your funds on an exchange for long term. Now, this card is slim, it's portable, and honestly, it's safe enough to travel with. Just throw it in your pocket, your card holder, or your wallet, and you're good to go. Or you can even leave it in your safe for safekeeping. Now, let's talk about what makes this stand out. Unlike other options, there are no backends, no databases, and no data collection. It's direct communication between your card and the app, and there's nothing in between. And that communication, well, it's secured with FIDO technology, meaning the connection between your phone and the card is private and secure. Now, the feature I think a lot of you will love is the multi-chain support. Now, let me give you an example of this. Imagine you want to buy a meme coin on Solana, but all you have is USDC on Ethereum. Normally, that would be a nightmare for swapping, bridging, and paying fees across multiple different platforms. Well, with this card, it's just one tap, one transaction, and done. And right now it supports Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB Chain, Tron, Ton, Arbitrum, Avalanche, Base, and Venom, and a lot more coming soon. And for those of you who use decentralized applications, you can connect to dApps directly using Wallet Connect. So to recap, this is self-custody made simple, a secure, portable, multi-chain wallet that works with just a tap. Once again, though, huge thanks to UNITED.NETWORK for sponsoring today's episode. And if you want to check it out, definitely head to shop.united.network, and I'll have it obviously linked down in the description below. Crypto self-custody no longer has to be intimidating. Otherwise, guys, let's get back into the technical analysis. So, as you guys can see, current coin market cap, 44 on the Fear and Greed Index. Plenty, and I mean plenty of room to see a possible rally to the upside here. And this is what we're all kind of patiently waiting for. Most of the cryptos across the board, past 24 hours, not really doing much movement. Past 7 days, we have a little bit more. Cryptos like Doge and Hyperliquid, which is new to me, are up double digits here. But for the most part, nothing is really happening aside from consolidation. And that's really what I want to focus on. Consolidation is what we've been dealing with here. And honestly, we're just now starting to see an ascent to the upside here. That's why XRP is up 5% for the week. Some of these cryptos are just starting to veer upwards here, but not like fast by any means here. So when you look at XRP, I strongly believe we are due for quite a significant, break to the upside here, quite a significant rally or, moon blast. We have this massive flagpole up and then this kind of lower high, lower low pattern filling in the gap. So what we noticed was we retested moving average here and we consolidated. What we're expecting is a breach through major resistance and a rally to the upside here. Yes, we do have like wicks, and if we played the wick game, then yes, we haven't broken through it at this particular moment. Whether you're accurate or not, I'm not sure. I don't know if we want to use that. The 4-hour depicts a different story. It shows us, hey, we have resistance here. So if you want to be ultra conservative and wait for yellow band to break, that's totally cool. Regardless, we have a very solid symmetrical triangle, however you want to pan it out. We look bullish, and that is the big thing. This is bullish, regardless of how long it takes to consolidate here. So what I was drawing before I messed up, you can see us filling in this gap. Yes, we rejected off of here. Yes, we rejected off the white band. Hey, maybe we just consolidate out here, but I suspect a breakout nonetheless, which is going to be inevitable, in my opinion. It might now get dragged out to the end of September. It really doesn't matter to me. That's in not even that long. That's 2 weeks till we get to where it shows as the 22nd to 23rd for final breakout possibilities here. But we might stay above blue band here and then see the rally. So I really don't care how long it takes, even if we had to extend it like we just did. We are bullish in the pattern here, and at some point we will confirm closure above both of these, yellow and white band acting as resistance. We don't know which one is actually accurate, which caused a correction, probably yellow, but we will break through it. And that's not to say we can't break out even earlier. We might break out earlier and see the rally. So if you want to play it safe, we can wait for the yellow resistance to be broken before we buy in for a long position here. But regardless, we look bullish, and all the other cryptocurrencies can confirm that. Slight correction, though. Some of these cryptos are hitting a bit of resistance, but they are due for a breakout anyway. So my point is, even if we see a tiny bit of consolidation here, volume, you can see clearly mapped out, is on the downtrend. We are getting squeezed between a rock and a hard place. We are filling in the gap. We are coming to an end, and at some point, we're using moving averages as support. We're going to break through these and expect to see a nice bullish rally to the upside, which we'll take advantage of on BYDFI. And then when you're done, you can put those, that crypto that you made in a cold storage wallet like UNITED.NETWORK. So it's super cool, the opportunity and the options that they have here. So this is bullish in my book. It's just, let's be patient, conservative traders that we are, and wait for that rally. To see the correction on XRP makes sense now because you look at Solana. Solana's doing the same thing. Solana has this beautiful ascending fractal, higher lows and higher highs, different than XRP, but right now we hit resistance and we are correcting to the downside here. So I would likely suspect consolidation to take place, fill in this gap, and then I would suspect, this could go either way, to be honest. This could break us up or down, but because we entered bullish, I likely suspect we'll exit bullish as well. But it is certainly a pattern to not, judge lightly, because this is certainly something that is going to lead for a very solid breakout, and we can track it. It ends right around the 20th, the end of September, or not even the third week into September here, and then we'll know how to trade off of that. So XRP and Solana both have very near breakout opportunities. It's just waiting for that opportunity to approach itself. And Solana is much more solidly built here. We've pretty much been perfectly accurate in the previous times here, and we'll soon, see that again. And then moving forward, like Ethereum, these other cryptos, we don't have a solid white band. Only 2 points of confirmation here that we keep extending, but what we do have is huge consolidation. Look at this. And I am a very strong believer this Ethereum consolidative pattern is going to explode, hopefully bullish, but to the upside nonetheless. I'm very anxious and eager to see the rally when it does take place here. So pay close attention to it, because we will see that rally nonetheless here. It's just a matter of time. Now, as for these other cryptos like Bitcoin, it's already seen its breakout. We are in a descending broadening wedge, but we had this beautiful descending fractal, bull flag, broke bullish, starting to consolidate up. And I think we're going to do just that, consolidate and eventually swing higher. And then to wrap up today's video with these other cryptos, we've discovered what could be a new kind of ascending wedge here. Ascending fractal, whatever you want to call it, and probably going to continue out like this. So we'll see. If we break through ceiling, we'll know we're bullish. We break through here, we'll know we're going to fall, but regardless, inevitably, we are in an uptrend. So it's going to carry us higher. So to see the little squeeze that we're getting now is certainly not a worry, but just pay close attention because these are the resistances and supports to, really shape where the market's going to be moving to. But that's going to be it for today's video. Definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.